Today I'm going to be building a high-end custom water-cooled PC. Well, I probably won't finish it today because there's a lot to get done, but we'll see how far we get. When I'm done with it, I'm going to sell it for money, because that's the social construct that we've deemed valuable, and then I'm going to take that money and give it to a charity of my choice, which is still undecided. Why charity? Because it's that time of year where you're supposed to be nice to people and crap. There's probably way too many items on the table for me to rattle them all off, so just to give you a snapshot of what we're working with today, we're going to be using an AMD Ryzen 9 3900X 12-core 24-thread processor, along with an Asus ROG Strix OC RTX 2080 Ti graphics card, 32 gigs of Team Group DDR4 memory, and an Asus ROG Crosshair 8 Formula motherboard. All the custom water cooling hardware will be provided by Corsair's Hydro series, and the system will live inside Lian Li's PCO11 Dynamic XL ROG edition. As always, links to all this stuff can be found in the description below in case you're interested, along with a link to Bitwit.tech, our merchandise store where we're having a holiday sale with 15% off orders $50 or more, or 30% off orders $100 or more. You're bound to find something you like. If you don't, you need glasses. Get your eyes checked. On that note, let's go ahead and start building this ridiculously fast, cool, quiet, and charitable murderous gaming PC. All right, things are looking pretty good. Very happy with how things are going so far. Really quick note about these ML120 fans that are on this radiator. They are temporary placeholders. I'm just keeping them here until the other Fractal Venturi fans arrive. The HP or high static pressure variants are on their way, just like these ones are on our other radiator. They will soon be on this rad as well. I'm also ordering 3 more Venturis that are airflow optimized for the bottom of the case, because if you remember the PCO11 Dynamic and the XL model, it has a front glass panel, so no airflow there. It relies on the bottom for most of its intake. So we're going to be putting 3 more fans there, giving us a total of 9 fans in the chassis, apart from our power supply fan and our X570 chipset fan, of course. Additionally, let's talk about our runs. Not the bad kind of runs, the good kind of runs. Starting with our pump res here, because that's where our loop begins after all. Now for the record, the Corsair Hydro parts have been working out really well for me so far, but I did have to dig into my personal bin to fish out some EK extenders like the one you see here in the middle, just to make our loop a bit more seamless, to make our runs line up perfectly. You know, Corsair doesn't quite have the same sort of inventory at their disposal as EK, who's been around for a lot longer when it comes to water cooling gear. So that being said, let's talk about the loop itself. Now you notice I've got this weird sort of right angle fitting arrangement here, this sort of arm. I would have loved to just go straight down and into our radiator, but if you look at how this is all aligned, that would have meant I would have had to go into this hole and then out of this hole, and then the tube would have to like sort of cross over this one to get to our GPU, and it just would have been really awkward. So just the way things are lined up, I'm going right angle here, straight down. I'm gonna do a manual tube bend into the right hole of the radiator. That way we can come out the left, which you can see I've also put a handy dandy drain port. I'm proud of that. And then we're gonna go straight out here, straight up, and then I'm gonna bend again, boom, to the graphics card. Then we're gonna run left, go straight up again with another bend, right into the top radiator. And you can see I kind of had to do a couple right angles here just to make that line up as well. The run's gonna come out here, of course, and then go straight down with another bend into the CPU water block. Now you might notice that these two fittings here are a bit uneven. This one's actually protruding out just a bit more. That's because I am using an EK extender here, but I am planning to get a second one for this one so that they're flush. It looks a little awkward right now. And that extender's just there so that it lines up with this fitting in the back of the radiator. At that point, the run's gonna come straight back up here and we're gonna bend right. And then we're gonna do one more bend. I'm either gonna bend it down into the pump res and we've come full circle at that point, or I'm gonna use one of these, these right angle fittings, which makes life a lot easier because you can just, boom, put it right there instead of bending. It's kind of like cheating, but you know, socially acceptable cheating. So there's a rough idea of how our loop is gonna look. Oh, one thing I want to point out is that you might have noticed that I omitted the EK built-in water block for our VRM on the motherboard. That's just because, well, the reason's twofold really. A, it saves a lot of time not having to worry about these runs, but B, and really the bigger issue for me was that I just couldn't figure out a good looking run that would include both of these. I mean, I tried, guys. I tried for like an hour straight just staring at this thing, trying all the possible combinations, and I really couldn't find a solution that I thought looked great. So I'm just skipping over it. It's kind of a waste of that feature of the board, but I am gonna include some additional fittings like the ones that you see here for whoever happens to purchase this lovely machine, so that in the future or at any point if they want to go ahead and try integrating this water block into the loop, they can go ahead and do that and they'll already have the fittings needed to make that happen. So just thought I'd point that out, but apart from that, guys, everything's looking really nice. I'm super happy with it so far. And obviously with this sort of thing, you know, nothing's set in stone quite yet. So if you have any suggestions or how I could make the loop better, or, you know, little changes here and there, feel free to let me know down below. And I think that's gonna do it. Thanks for watching this video, guys. Sorry I'm super sweaty. It's like ridiculously hot in here. I should change out of this shirt into some merch from Bitwit.tech, and so should you. Go to Bitwit.tech to take advantage of the holiday sale right now. We've got 15% off orders 50 bucks or more and 30% off orders 100 bucks or more, guys. Go ahead and treat yourself to something nice while supporting the channel as well. Apart from that, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss part 2 of this amazing build when we show it off in all of its glory, completely finished off. And that's pretty much it. Toss a like on this video if you enjoyed it, and I will see you guys in the next one. Say bye. Say bye, camera. Look.
Oh, he loves me. He loves me so much. You're the cutest.